the key is if you want to have a good April Fool's joke, you have to tap into an emotional response. Because when you tap into an emotional enough response, you fucking forget.
But in a lighthearted kind of way. Because I know people are already going to be like, your fucking grandpa died. April Fools!
This is about control, everybody knows, everyone complies, we're the kinds of pros, I don't need a plane, I just hit the road, I do what I want, I can't sell my soul, market about to crash, this is what you chose, ruining the country, I think that's the goal, you gon' take the mark, I take narrow roads, I'm a man of God, I can never fold.
Here we go.
Bruce Buffer.
Welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast, where we talk whiskey, business, friends, family, freedom. I'm your host, Matt Marchese, and this is my co-host, Zach Grady. Welcome to your show, buddy.
Nailed it.
And I always do.
You're on fire today, bro.
Well, here's what I did.
We're 10 seconds in, and I feel like you're in peak form.
I'm feeling good. Hey, hold on. Also, we
don't forget about me.
don't forget about me. Also, we have a special guest again today. My lovely and beautiful, and sometimes, I'm just kidding, my lovely wife, Lindy. Welcome to the show,
Hi,
honey.
thank you.
Of course. Dude, I like it when you're here. Did I ever tell you that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I was checking you out on the screen earlier.
You were?
Yeah, I always check you out.
Is that why you like her here? Just to stare at her? She's not a piece of meat, bro.
You're ugly, so... No, I'm just kidding. I'm just not into your type. Speaking of your type, happy Easter or trans.
My type, you son of a bitch.
Anyway.
Yeah, what did you guys do for Trans Day of Visibility?
Hold on. Before we get started.
You started it.
Are you about to break your fast with alcohol?
That's the intent.
What did you choose to drink? What do we drink? What are we drinking today?
The rye. The house rye.
Oh, the house rye. This is the Marchese rye. This is our American Purpose rye. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's what you chose?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Someday soon you gotta have an episode about your journey with your whiskey and how it's going, because we've gotten pretty far in that, I think.
I think I could probably handle that.
Or like, like a little
whole
topic.
Episode.
No,
maybe,
topic.
Bro, stop being such a little biznatch. It'll be a whole episode.
Oh, okay. Remember last time we did a whiskey episode?
Oh, God, we hated it.
The episode that should not be named.
Yeah, the nameless shall remain nameless. The one episode, the dead episode is what we're going to call it. The one episode that never saw.
That's why every episode now is like 0.5. This is like 2.5.
Yeah,
86.5.
Yeah, they're like, where's that one? Where's the other?
Where's that 0.5?
Where did 0.5 come from? Oh, the one episode. Yeah, we basically just, we hated talking about it.
Yes.
We tried to do like a tasting and what we do for fun, which is fun. We enjoy doing that, but to make an episode talking about whiskey was so lame.
Seemed very boring, yeah.
For all the whiskey people out there, is there any like major whiskey like podcasts?
I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Do they have a following?
I imagine.
We should check them out and see how they pitched it, because when we did it, we put ourselves to sleep.
We did not do well.
No, we need to have like
I'm going to put this down in my notes. I'm not on my phone.
All right, well, you're allowed to be on your phone.
Okay.
It
distracts you, remember.
Babe, one time I was in an episode with you and you annoyed me because we were mid-conversation and you were like checking
just disconnected.
She was like scrolling Facebook or something. I'm like, babe, just because there's no video right now, we're still having a conversation. I still feel like this is rude. I feel like you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm done now.
Well, did you find something? Oh, you're just going to...
Yeah, I'm going to write it down to look later.
All right. Anyway. All right, well, so... Now that we've gotten that, oh no, one more thing. Please share the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah. God, what are you drinking? Oh, you chose the
gin.
Ooh, that's deep.
You chose
mulberry
some
gin.
flavored gin, some Revelton mulberry.
So delicious.
It is. It's very sweet and delicious. They did a really nice job on that. My buddy Rob, he's the man. He's doing good shit. He's making for the whiskey people. Rob is co-producing some of our product with us. Which is really great while we build our facility. And he's making fantastic shit, and we are making fantastic shit with him. And the world will soon taste our fantastic shit. What do you think of that, world? Anyway, all right.
Ready.
Yeah, get ready. Anyway, all right. Now back to you and your trans movement, Zach. Happy Easter.
Trans movement, Zach.
That's my new. I'm gonna drink some of this rye with you. I think this is like a 14-month. It is, if I remember correctly. But it's good. Young. What's up? What do you got? What are we talking about today?
About your thoughts on the Trans Day of Visibility. What did you guys do to celebrate?
Oh, that's where you are. What do we do to celebrate?
We had family over.
Oh yeah, we had a great time.
We did.
I just forgot about it. Short
memory.
Short memory, yeah. Short memory.
But you saw
Long dong.
You saw President Biden declare yesterday Trans Day of Visibility. Yesterday being Easter.
Yesterday being not Tuesday.
Right.
Yesterday being Sunday.
Not the day this was released. No.
Which we're not.
Yeah.
Easter.
And then obviously got a lot of backlash, and then doubled down on it and was making like a bunch more tweets after, not a bunch, but at least one more tweet after that, after said Trans Day of Visibility. Wow. Just curious timing.
I didn't see any of the subsequent tweets. I'm not sure. Maybe pull them up. Maybe you can enlighten me. But here's what I will tell you. If you were the president of a Christian country with an agenda...
Ooh, doesn't he claim to be Catholic? Isn't he Catholic?
Dude, I don't know what he is because he's not. Because he's a liar. Because he's a Satan worshiper. Because he's a globalist. He is a... You find it?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
Find the other one though.
Dude, they're devil worshippers, man. They're like, if you were the president, the commander in chief, the leader of the most freest of all, the most powerful country in the world, a Christian country, with an agenda to destroy the country, knowing that, in God we trust is what we do, with an agenda to, instead of us worshiping God, instead worship a anti-God movement. I had this conversation with my mom yesterday. And she basically said, no, is it anti-God? However it unfolded. But it was like, yeah, this is absolutely anti-God. Like, where in the Bible is God approving of trans, like of mutilating children's genitals, giving them, manufactured synthetic puberty blockers to change God's being? Of course this is anti-God. So if you were the leader of a country, a Christian country, and you wanted to destroy that, wouldn't you take a Christian holiday and declare it whatever it is that you worship? And now we don't have to worry what he wants to worship anymore, instead of the rising of Christ, right?
So it's funny because this is the President Biden Twitter account, which didn't the Speaker of the House already get caught like tweeting from it? Or
yes.
Obviously he doesn't tweet.
No, he doesn't tweet. He can't tweet. He doesn't. We couldn't even log into Twitter the other day when we tried. There's no way that goober is logging into Twitter.
So these are back to back. So Jill and I send our warmest wishes to Christians around the world celebrating the power of hope and the promise of Christ's resurrection this Easter Sunday. Next tweet on the feed. Today on Transgender Day of Visibility, I have a simple message for all trans Americans. I see you. You are made in the image of God and are worthy of dignity and respect. And then on his actual Facebook page, not the POTUS one, on Transgender Day of Visibility, we celebrate the joy, strength, and the absolute courage of some of the bravest people I know. Today, being yesterday, Easter, we show millions of transgender and non-binary Americans that we see them, they belong, and they should be treated with dignity and respect.
Nothing about on his
No.
regular page. No mention of Easter.
Hold on.
No mention of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, that I'm not seeing.
Yeah. So again, dude, they can't.
Oh, he did say, okay. To all those gathering in churches and homes around the world today, happy Easter. May God bless you and keep you.
Yeah. Thank you, President Biden. We appreciate it. Yeah, man, this is how they move from the worship of God, the worship of our Creator, to the worship of Anthony Fauci and the trans community. That's what they're trying to do. They can't just do it. They can't just say, hey, we're taking God out of our country, we're taking God out of your lives, and we're replacing it with our agenda. They want us to worship their agenda. They want us to worship them. They want to replace God with themselves as the powerful, as the almighty. Okay? They can't just do that overnight, so they have to balance it. How do you do that? Well, if you were to do that.
But this here, it's very curious, like, because it ruffled a lot of feathers,
Of
obviously.
course it did.
But so why do that on an election year, you know? I mean, that's not a good look. Like, that's obviously going to flip some people, I imagine. It's weird.
Who do you think that's flipping?
I mean,
You think anyone who didn't already have their mind made up?
I do
You
think that
think-
could have been a final straw for some people.
You
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're going to cheat.
Especially if they're, very religious. And
That's the thing, dude. They have to be overly confident in the 2024 election to put some shit out like that and literally offend. What is 80% of America is Christian?
Oh, yeah, something like
It's
that.
something along those lines.
I don't know those stats, but I know
I
it's a
thought
lot.
I saw it was 81%. I thought is what I saw.
I would believe that. Dude, they don't
They don't care.
they don't care.
Yeah.
They're going to
because
cheat.
they're going to cheat anyways. They don't care. And
They're
they're going
gonna
to make
cheat.
it seem like a lot of people are with them and to make it look like they won.
Yeah, they're going to control the media. They're going to control the narrative. They're going to control the polling. They're going to control the absentee ballots. They're going to control. They're flooding our country with illegal immigrants. They're going to do everything they can to make them voters. Like, they don't care. Why? Because, well, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of reasons why. It's a possibility that they're just there's some theories out there that they went too far and now they've got a full court press, so their back is against the wall. They've got to try and push this agenda in as fast as possible. And this is, how you do it. And you have to do it in an election year because they gave up too much. They lost too much control, and now they have to fast forward their plan. But yeah, dude, if you were trying to replace God with transgenderism, like, do you need any more clear of a message than on Easter Sunday to declare it a transgender holiday instead of a Jesus Christ holiday?
Well, I think
I don't think there's any more, like, if you are an audience member and you think we are crazy, please let us know if this could be any more clear that they're trying to replace God with the transgender movement, an anti-God movement, a Satanist movement, where they destroy children, literally mutilate their genitals. My mom said, well, that's not what they're doing. I'm like, Mom, what do you think a transgender is? How do you think you go from a boy to a girl? Chop off your penis. Block your testosterone. Stop puberty from taking place. Stop the way God created us from taking place, and then install the way they want it to take place. And there's a whole big, obviously, reasoning behind this, but I mean, we can just start with words. If a boy is, how many times we talk about this on this show?
Right.
If a boy is, if I can't call a boy and a girl, then, what else doesn't have meaning? And when you take away the meaning of words and you give the power to someone else to define things, define words, now they start to define democracy. They start to define constitutional rights. They start to define control. They start to define freedom. And they define it by giving it to themselves and taking it away from us for control. It's pretty easy. Anyway, yeah, that's what I think about it. I think it was
curious. So they were saying, obviously I don't know much about Transgender Day of Visibility, but
why not?
Supposedly it falls on the 31st of March every year.
I believe the word is supposedly.
Supposedly.
That's not the word.
We've already searched.
Words matter.
Don't you take away the definitions of my
I've
words.
always said supposedly, and it's not a word.
Yeah, it is.
One day I made her Google it.
But I think it is a thing that reoccurs every year. But this day obviously just happened to land on Easter. So, but it does feel like the president put more emphasis on that than actual Easter.
It doesn't matter. You don't do that unless you're trying to draw a parallel. They are not the same.
And I'm curious. I'm going to go look after this if he tweeted about it last year.
Well, last year it wouldn't have fallen on the same day. Is that what you're saying?
Right. But did he tweet about it? I'd be curious to see.
Listen, transgenders.
I don't know.
Stop cutting your wieners off. Stop adding wieners.
Yep.
What do you call?
They're a hassle.
What do you call that surgery?
Is this a joke?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
An addictomy.
Ayo.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. What's the next topic? What else do you want to talk about? Oh, let's talk about those bridges. What do you think about the bridges?
The bridge.
That was good. We were
bridge.
like harmonizing.
Yeah, we were kind of in sync there.
Harmony.
What do you think
Lindy
about it?
hit you with the jinx.
Owe me a Coke?
We used to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop, and you'd have to stop them before they can count to 10.
Oh,
and
really?
if you can count to 10 before they said stop, you weren't talking forever. You're never talking again. All right, what do you want to talk about? What do you think about the bridges? I don't know about the bridge. What do I think?
Bridge.
I think nothing is
Solo bridge.
Oh, bridge. There's only one bridge? I thought there was multiple bridges.
No.
The main bridge was the
Baltimore.
Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore.
Was there 2 bridges or just one bridge?
It was one bridge. Very large.
But there was only one bridge that came down at all.
Right. No, that I know of.
What are my thoughts? My thoughts are it wasn't an accident. Nothing is an accident. There's certainly some conspiracy theories running around. I saw something that looked like there was like a demolished bridge. I don't think that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it was an accident. I think that bridge was taken down on purpose. I don't know what. Obviously, probably no one does. Someone does.
The agenda.
Yeah. I mean, all we have to do is look at, as always, we look at what does this mean? What comes after? Everyone always hyper focuses on the actual act, and it's I think it's a distraction. Whatever it is, it's a distraction.
That was part of what I saw. A distraction from the Diddy stuff.
Or is Diddy stuff a distraction from something else? It's all a distraction, right? Here's what I'll tell you. I know that after the bridge collapse or whatever happened, what's going to happen? The supply chain will be disrupted.
Supply chain, yep.
We know they will print tax dollars.
I just saw
they'll print money.
About $60 million to fix it or something like that.
Oh, that's going to be wave one. Wave one. They're going to get hundreds of millions out of this thing. And during this, hundreds of millions of dollars of inflationary dollar printing that is going to take place, they're going to squeeze in other shit that they're going to claim as, for the people. They're going to squeeze in, never let a crisis go to waste. They're going to absolutely print money. They're going to absolutely disrupt our supply chain, increase our cost of goods, decrease our quality of life in this country. They're going to blame it. Anything that this fucking president has to do, or Pete Buttigieg, or the Department of Transportation, or any problems that they have running up to the election now, They've got a scapegoat. They're going to point to it. They're going to blame it on this. And then ultimately, what freedoms are they going to take? What freedoms are they going to take when this is done? What restrictions are they going to put in place to where Americans can no longer be at sea without X, Y, or Z approvals because of this? Or what are we not allowed? What are we going to not be allowed to do anymore as a result of this? That's what I want to know. Because that's what they do, you know? Gun violence. What happens when someone shoots up a school, or what happens when someone, shoot, unless it's, gang warfare, in which case, yeah, feed it, let's go. Unless it's, black on black crime in Chicago, we don't care about that. We're not taking away any rights over there. We already took them all away. We don't care about that. It's the law-abiding citizens, the freedom fighters, that they want to take those guns away. So something happens where they can point to that. What happens? They then say, we need to take rights. We need to take rights. So I don't know. I wouldn't doubt a loss of freedoms on the back end of this, or at least an attempt. And then what? They do it again. Another bridge comes down, and then another bridge comes down, or another, ocean gate. I think they're trying to do something at sea to prevent us from doing something at sea.
You think it was planned to knock down the Francis Scott Key Bridge, a.k.a. the author of the Star Spangled Banner Bridge? You think that had any decision-making prowess?
Oh, is that a thing?
I don't know. I'm just asking you.
Oh.
It's kind of
I don't know,
coincidental.
just asking you.
I also heard.
Think they'll rebuild it and rename it?
Rename it.
I'm just curious.
Dude.
Just curious.
What if they rebuild it and rename it? I didn't even know that was the author of the Star Spangled Banner or the name of the bridge. I didn't know any of it because I don't really give a shit. Number one, but
It would be the scariest thing on earth.
to be on a bridge.
I cannot even imagine
Right.
the horror.
And it was dark. That's the whole,
Oh yeah, it was.
like you just fall.
That's why you always
like
open.
there's still people in the water. Like they haven't
Right.
gotten them all out
Did
yet.
anyone
Oh, what?
make it?
I think there were some that got out, yeah. But
Any
Yeah.
idea how many casualties?
I thought they said there was
or-
20-some cars on the bridge at the time. I could be wrong, but
Could not imagine.
No.
I just saw an
planned
interview.
or
I didn't
not?
watch the interview, but I just saw there was an interview with the guy, the last car off the bridge before it went down. And obviously he's like, holy shit. Like,
Can you imagine
dude.
being
that
one?
close?
And it was so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Like,
there
it
was no
didn't
way.
just-
You didn't even have time to.
Right. Back up or.
I mean, that might be the silver lining is there wasn't a lot of like. It just happened and it was over. Like,
Yeah.
but being in the water, dude, like, not being able. I can't even imagine. Cannot even imagine.
Dude, there's.
That's like one of my biggest fears in life.
Do you roll down a window when you go over a bridge?
Might start now.
I always do.
Do you?
Yeah,
Really?
I try. Yeah, if I
If
remember.
you think about it.
And I usually do. Lindy's super cautious on bridge. She gets worried. She's like, I'm not passing that truck on this bridge. I'm not going near that. Yeah, I crack your windows.
Especially that bridge from Omaha or from Nebraska to Iowa. Scares me.
Bro,
Yeah. Might start doing it now.
I can tell you right now, you see a big, giant 15 containers stacked ship coming towards a bridge that you're going over.
But the amount of it's very hard for me to convince me that it wasn't some sort of intention behind it, just because of how many boats go underneath that thing daily. How many things are in place to ensure something like that doesn't happen? A lot of people were saying they didn't have tugboats. Like normally they'll have tugboats taking them in and out of port. There wasn't any tugboats surrounding that one.
I wonder if it's supposed to be, or if that's just people.
Yeah, I don't know all
the internet doing
exact
the internet
rules,
shit.
but
I don't know, man. I can tell you this: something is super fishy, right? Smells like fish, and no pun intended. And God bless the souls that were lost on that on that bridge that day, man, if this was intentional, it just goes to show another, somebody, whoever these powers are that are doing this shit, dude, have no regard.
care.
No regard for human life. They don't give a shit. They don't care about us. I don't know, man. Just so many coincidences. You can call me a conspiracy theorist. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But there are too many of these type of things going on with mass casualties that are predictive programming. I mean, we saw that, it looked like the power went out, like they had lost power on the boat. All the lights at least went out. Who knows if that, they lost some sort of control mechanism of the boat. If there was some other type of control mechanism in place where the captain lost control of the boat and it was steered into that. I have no idea.
But I have to believe, even if something like that were to happen, like they shouldn't even be anywhere near the beam.
Bro.
Like, if you lose power right before, you shouldn't have to, course correct to miss a beam. Like, I think there's plenty of room there for you to go through.
Or call someone to let them know. Don't let anyone on the bridge, which is what they said they tried to do. I don't know.
What they tried to say?
Shut the bridge off?
Yeah, they tried to shut it down.
Who did?
The people, the captain.
How long?
I don't know. I do not know that, but I know they did try.
So the captain had warned.
There's got to be a master gate, like a drawbridge, closes. Is that what that thing's called?
No, I don't think there was a drawbridge on the bridge. I think wasn't it just supposed to be able to clear it?
Yeah, but they got to stop them somehow. I'm sure there's an emergency stoppage of get on bridges that didn't happen.
Oh, so they were trying to, but was that enough time to even try and stop anyone? Probably not.
It didn't seem like it. No.
It didn't seem like there was enough time for any of that. Well, anyway, here's the deal. God bless those people and their loved ones and the ones that were lost. And bless their families and say a prayer, man. Say a prayer for this country. Say a prayer for those people. Say a prayer for even the trans people need prayer, man. Pray for all these people, because at the end of the day, we need prayers, man.
Absolutely.
It's a weird time we're living in. I just talked to another buddy of mine about this. It's just a weird time. The good news is, God wins. Whatever the hell is going on, God's going to win. We just need to, sort of worry less and pray more. But I don't know, man. They're making a real strong push to push people away from God.
And devil be working.
Devil be doing his work, man. Anyway, all right, what else do you want to talk about?
Have you done...
Oh, you just got something ready? I done
We
what?
haven't talked in a couple weeks,
Yeah,
man.
it's been a while.
Things are happening here.
All right, what do you got? Have I what? Maybe Lindy has.
Have you done or seen a lot or listened to a lot or heard of a lot on the Sean Puffy Combs
Ooh, Diddy.
Diddy situation?
Dirty Diddy money.
Have you? I haven't done a ton.
At
but
one point-
I wanted to know your thoughts.
At one point, he changed his name from Puff Daddy to Dirty Diddy Money.
Was that was in between him and P Diddy?
It was in between him and
P Diddle.
P Diddy.
I call him P Diddle.
P
now.
Dizzle.
P
P
Diddle.
Diddle. I love it. I see what you did there. I don't know if it was in between P Diddy and
Sean Puffy
or
Combs.
just Diddy, because then he went I think he went from
Can't keep up.
Puff Daddy to P Diddy to Dirty Diddy Money to Diddy.
Wow.
Make up your mind.
These are all very important changes. Diddle. Douchey. We should have called him Puff Douchey Combs. We always should have called him that.
But the most interesting theory
Puff
I've seen
Dickie Combs.
is that he was an FBI informant.
Oh.
And his role was to hem people up with underage children to then be in control of them. Because we've talked about that before. They if you don't want to go along with things, they just try to hem you up and get you caught doing something you don't want to get out. And then now you're, in debt to whatever organization has you, you know?
Yeah, in debt. That's a good way of doing it.
But I've heard that theory, like his role was to, you know, get people caught up.
All I know is that Cat Williams said, P. Diddy liked to party, and you got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. And then he said that's why he had to, that's how he had to protect his virgin hole of his. Because Dirty Diddy money.
Was that one on Rogan?
Dirty Diddy booty hole.
I haven't listened to the whole Rogan one.
I think it was on Rogan. Maybe it was, I don't know. It was on one of them. I don't know. You can find it, I'm sure. But he definitely said it. You gotta tell him no. P. Diddy liked to party. You gotta tell him no. I did. And that's why he protected that virgin hole he was telling you. It was on Shannon Sharp. Because he was talking about that virgin hole he was talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Listen, I will tell you this. There are rumors out there that Dirty Diddy money was gay as the day is long, and a part of the gayness of Hollywood. It's all gay. Why do you think the president's on national television and on his fake Twitter account talking about gayness? Why? Because it's all gay. It's all gay. And they're trying to normalize all their gayness and their pedophilia, which is why I don't know. Like, I don't even truly believe that this Puff Daddy news is like real news. I don't believe it at all. I believe more so that the Puff Daddy news is probably some sort of predictive programming, or I believe it is possible that it's a distraction, or that he could be a fall guy. Like, yeah, let's blame. I don't know. I can promise you one thing. It is not what the news is saying. Like, they just don't tell the truth.
Right.
Because there's shades of truth, and then they run cover-up campaigns. So it would lead me to believe that they're knowing that or believing that about the media and the universe and the world and the information machines. You know, they latch on to something, and then they want to probably make they also something they could be doing is making something seem more crazy to discredit the conspiracy theorists, doing the air quotes here, the conspiracy theorists that have been saying
yeah, sure it was Pizzagate,
right?
Crazy psychos.
Yeah, let's be one thing's for sure. Puff Daddy was having sex with boys. And it
probably
was
underage boys.
Very much secretive, very much underage, and it was very much fame and reward for those boys for doing that dirty Diddy money. That dirty Diddy ding dong. That dirty Diddy dick.
Dirty dick.
You don't want to be near that dirty Diddy dick, that's for sure. I can tell you that much. I don't know where you
There's your title of the show, folks.
The dirty Diddy dick.
I just read an article because I got a news alert. It says why Diddy's playbook won't work with the feds as accuser labels J-Lo a gun mule. I don't know what that means, but it keeps
you know, I love Twitter and I hate Twitter all at the same time because anybody can say whatever the hell they want.
Of course.
You never know what's true, but everybody's getting wrapped up in it. Jay-Z, Beyonce, J-Lo, like everybody's getting thrown into it. So
yeah,
it's crazy
because they're all in it.
They probably are all in it, yes.
They're 100% all in it in some capacity. It's just a matter of what capacity. So the more gnarly and the more outlandish you can make it seem, the more it discredits the truth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, that's what they do, though. That's what they always do. That was the QAnon thing, you know. That was the greatest. Or, I mean, shit. You can look at COVID. You can look at, I mean, anything that they're labeling, the moon landing, anything that conspiracy theorists say is untrue. They over radicalize the actual theory. Okay. To hide the actual conspiracy, to hide the lie that they're actually committing. So when P. Diddy is like, oh, he was, having sex with donkeys and Justin Bieber, that's probably not true. But he certainly, in Hollywood, is having sex with boys, right? Got to be the case.
Probably.
Having sex with boys for a return, and it was very secretive, and the return is secretive, and you can get record deals, and you can get, that's the you sell your soul deal. Mm-hmm. And as, again, I hate to keep quoting Cat Williams, but he said a lot of,
profound stuff.
Yeah, like if you sold your soul, the number one job you have is to act like you didn't. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the number one job. If you're lying to everyone, the number one job is to pretend you're not lying to everyone. And that's what they're all doing. They're all in this pretend world that they didn't sex their way or get blackmailed.
Blackmailed, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what? When they're blackmailed, they're owned. And when they're owned, they push the agenda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All I can say is I'm not shocked about
The crime agenda is the hip hop agenda. The for-profit prisons that basically put out music that somehow get into my kids' ears that talk about, pills and crime and drugs and this, thug life of crime. That is the for-profit prison system. That's the funnel, entryway to kids thinking it's cool talking about, these dreams on the purple pillies. And they think it's cool, and then they experiment with it. And then guess what? They end up deadbeats. They end up broke. They end up incarcerated. They end up dependent. They end up, brain dead.
Dependent.
Yeah, dependent. Yeah. It's another aspect of that agenda, which is why we have to get our kids out. Speaking of, this is one of the many reasons we took our kids out of school. Congratulations, honey. We did it. We've officially taken our kids out of school.
Hey.
Actually, we have a funny joke. I'll talk for a minute since today is April Fool's Day.
Well, today is probably Wednesday when this is airing, but today is recording day.
Recording
That's
day
right.
is April 1st. But
That's right.
So we've been telling them for a few weeks now we're going to take them out after spring break. And so all the days leading up to that, we've talked about a schedule. We've talked about what we're going to do. We've talked about programs, blah, blah, blah. Well, today was the day. Today was the first day. And they were all excited, over the weekend and even the past week because they knew they didn't have to go back to school. Well, this morning we woke them up. I'll make it short. We woke them up basically saying that we were not able to get an approval from the state basically because from being homeschooled, and they were absolutely devastated. Kaysen was crying, and Cash was, my friends are going to call me a liar and we already turned all of our stuff in. Oh. How are we going to do this? And I was like, Dad just called the school this morning.
You're back.
It's fine. They told us we could come back anytime we wanted. It's not going to be a huge deal. They got their backpacks on and went to the car.
We loaded that, dude. We rode with it. They were crying. Yes. They were both. At one
Jason
point
was
we
like,
felt
I
bad.
have to stay after school every day.
He's like, I have 30 more days of staying on. I'm like, no, because first of all, prior to this, I knew we were going to have a meltdown. Kaysen was going to be devastated that he had to go back to school. I thought Cash was going to be happy that he got to go back to school, but then be devastated when we told him that he didn't have to go back to school.
Yeah.
And I thought Kaysen was going to be devastated that he had to go back to school, but be happy. It turned out they were both sad. They were both devastated that they had to go back for separate reasons, really. And I told Lindy, I'm going to be I get control onto when we spill the beans. I get control on when we tell them it's April Fool's. Because Lindy I knew it was going to be an emotion. Right, she would have done it immediately. Yeah. The moment she woke Kaysen up and he went into tears, she'd be like, I'm just kidding, April Fool's. I'm sorry. April Fool's, joke's on you.
I played along with it. We got it on. I'm hoping to make a little reel out of it.
We got a little bit of video. I didn't want to blow it too much, so I was like hiding. It's like secret cam footage because I didn't want to,
The camera comes out there automatically sus.
Yeah.
I talked him off the ledge. I gave Kaysen a pep talk. This is where leaders become leaders, man. It's the hard times. This is when winners win, losers lose. You got to be a winner. You got to take this, on the chin. We'll get through it. And he's like, shit. Okay. And then we wrote them in the, we got in the car. I took a picture of them as they were walking out. And then we started telling them, well, there's a timeline. So we started saying, well, today's April 1st. So
Trying to bait them into it.
yeah, just kind of tricking them and, just fucking with them a little bit. And we went all the way into town and went into a little breakfast joint. And we pulled up and they're like, what are we doing here? We're like, we're going to get some breakfast and talk about it.
You're already late to school.
You're already late. So they get out of the car. Casey's still got his backpack on, and I turn on the camera, and I was like, boys, today is April 1st. And Cash is like, it's April Fool. They were fired up. They were pumped.
Cash was already texting his friends at school, like, I'm coming back. And everyone's like, on God? Seriously?
On God.
On God. Yeah, he told his little homie, and he's like, you can tell. And I'm like, no. You can't tell anyone. So Lindy and I go in the room. We're cracking up. I'm like, these teachers, the principal's going to be calling us. So the boys coming back. Word travels fast when you're a teenager. So we thought for sure we were going to be getting calls.
Oh, yeah.
But it seemed as though their friends had picked up on it before they did. They were like, it's April Fool's. And Cash was like, Deegan told me it was April Fool's, and I didn't. Kaysen, on the way there, he said that he was kind of on to us, having some sort of, feeling that we might be joking, and Cash was like, no way. So Cash convinced Kaysen that his thought was wrong, and then, we spilled the beans, and they were pumped up. It was a good way to.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
You're pretty good at April Fool's
God,
jokes.
he's the best. In the worst way.
Oh, I got, we can tell that story too. I got our whole company. We do an 11:11. Not that you don't know, but for the audience, we do an 11-minute meeting every day at 11:11 with my whole company. And today I got on the phone call, and I did the intro. So we have intro music. So my intro music came up, and I basically said, hello, everyone. Today's a little different, 11:11. I have some bad news. And I basically told them that Brooke, our COO, our GM, their fearless leader had resigned, and that she was putting in her notice and had got a really great offer. I supported her, and that we were going to make it through. And I basically convinced the whole company that, at least most of the company, I would say, or much. I don't know. We got to get a poll. Lot.
You sold a lot of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was people damn near in tears.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Brooke is the best. So, and she's also the least likely to ever leave. So yeah, you got away with one, Zach, because we were coming for your fucking ass. Lindy and we had plans to get you and Dom.
I believe it.
But we opted to.
My head's on a swivel today, man.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think I could have got you.
Me?
I think so. Yeah. We thought we were gonna get. Here was our idea. Which wasn't our idea. It was actually Cash and Kaysen's idea. We were gonna get Dom first because I think he would be a soft target.
Yep, I agree.
He's not real in touch. You didn't have.
I mean, we're both kind of go with the flow though, so that's easy to be tricked.
Yeah. You guys are just doing movers and shakers, right? So we were gonna try and get Dom. Didn't have a strategy for that yet, but then during the podcast, we were gonna have Dom go maybe fire off a gun, like 5 or 6 rounds right outside the window.
Right outside of the window.
And start yelling and see if we can get you on
You sons of bitches.
You think you would have fell for it?
I need to. I probably wonder.
Dude, gunfire behind your window? There's no way you wouldn't have fallen for with yelling and gunfire.
I would have wondered. What would have been the trick though? We're getting fucking taken over.
Who knows? I don't know. Gunfire outside? Yeah, I don't know. Listen, we could have talked some conspiracy. We could have talked takeover.
I was gonna say your reaction would have been funnier than anything.
Whatever it would have been on that camera, right?
Good. It fell, guys, and I looked at both of them.
April Fools! We both pointed too.
Could have been on the.
I watched it, and you guys didn't.
How did it fall?
You didn't
that
hear
thing's
it
been
or
up for
see it.
Oh shit, decades.
I
don't
funny.
know.
But I looked at both of you like, neither one of you just
I
saw
heard it, but I was looking
great.
at you. I thought
it was something out there, actually.
I thought it was something. I thought it was the blinds, man.
It's been a lot of weird noises.
Anyway,
April Fools, man. I need to get more serious about it, I think. I don't take
Brecken
it.
would love that.
I feel like it's a fun holiday, and I just don't take advantage of it enough.
Here's what I kind of figured out. If you go hard every April Fools,
You got to mix it up a little bit.
yeah, you got to take a year off. You got to be patient, you know? If you're going to be good at this shit, you got to be patient, you know? When your kids are on high alert.
It is hard to get people because they're all expecting it.
And
so.
social media.
That's why you got to get them early. So one of the keys to April Fools is mornings.
While they're still asleep.
Okay. Well, unless you're going to be really, really dope. We got our kids on the one where we pretended we got robbed. That was, we had already done April Fool's jokes on each other. But it was so intense that their minds went.
Yes. You either got to go over the top.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
And make it unbelievable.
Unfucking, like, no way this
That was your apartment, right?
Yeah.
You literally ripped all the TVs off the wall.
Yeah. I had Brooke, same person. I had Brooke and her kids go in and take down all the TVs.
Destroy the house.
I
remember the video.
Ravaged through the drawers.
I remember the video. She's like, babe, we got robbed.
We had... Oh, man.
What's going to be really bad, though, is something really shitty is going to happen to you guys on April Fool's.
Yeah.
And you're not going to believe
kidding.
it.
Yep.
You're like, oh,
Something
Matt.
real.
Good one, Matt. Yeah, sure.
My car got broken into? Yeah, right.
Sure, my car's gone. Yeah, I believe ya. Like, no, fuck, serious. Our car's gone.
We really got robbed. Our car is gone. Yeah, listen, if it's the boy who cried wolf thing,
Sure.
of course. But
sure.
I'm willing
It's
to...
a risk. It's a risk we're willing to
It's
take.
one day a year, bro. I'm not I like to scare people. Lindy walks around the corner. I like to give her a little jolt.
Yeah,
she
that's
just yells back.
That's fun.
She, she hits you back. But on April Fools, if you can be patient and go like 1 to 3 years without any,
Yeah.
and then go hard, One time we talked about it with our kids. We set back all the clocks, changed like phone times. We went in on it, and it was like daylight savings or something, wasn't it?
Yep.
So it got dark early. So at like 5 o'clock at night, we told them it was 8 o'clock at night, and it was bedtime, and we put them all to bed, and they're like, "What? What the fuck is going on in the studio? The whole fucking studio's falling apart. The fuck is happening?" We put them all to bed, and they were like, "What? The day just disappeared. It went from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock." And we were like, "Look, boys, it's daylight savings. It messes with your psyche. Everything's all fucked up." We got them all in bed, bedtime stories, teeth brushed, tucked in. They were so mad because they were like,
What happened?
"Where did our day go?"
They were like 6 and 7, so they didn't really understand.
Yeah, they were little.
God, it was so funny.
We put them to bed at what happened?
You gave
4
yourself
o'clock
3 hours.
No, we went back in once they were upset
And crying.
Once they were sad that they were going like, "This is the way it is. It's bedtime." We gave them maybe like 5 minutes in bed to sit there and sulk, and then we came up with like music and pots and pans, and we're banging, and they were like, "What? You got us, you dirty dogs!" But yeah, ever since then, I like to make it more traumatic. I like to see if I can make people cry.
I really want to see if we get therapy involved down the road.
We made several people cry today.
Yeah.
Today alone. So
Sadness.
And
So-
it's hilarious.
And it's hilarious. Yeah, Brooke calls me and she's like, or texted me and she's like, "April Fool's, I need an April Fool's for the 11/11 for our call." And she's like, you're the April Fool of the century or whatever. You're the April Fool's king. And I'm like, "Give me a minute." I'm like, "What? God, what could be believable? What is not?" And that's what we came up with. It was
Brooke
good.
Did
is
you
leaving.
already know Dirk had did that on her earlier in the day?
No.
Oh, you didn't know? Just
I had
coincidence?
no idea.
That's funny.
Yep. Nope. I had no idea. Yeah.
But I saw some faces on the. I was
You were
kind of
watching it?
scrolling.
Oh,
their
that's
faces
great.
and
I
they're
didn't
like,
even think about that.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah. Susie was
Oh, yeah.
heartbroken. You could see she immediately was like, "What?" Brooke is like the glue,
Yeah.
for the audience, for the
Yep.
listeners. Brooke is like the glue
yeah.
for our company. I mean, we run a rough business. It's a 24-hour emergency service business. We deal in only disasters and hard work and shit. And Brooke is absolutely the glue that holds the company together. So when I announced to the whole company, 100+ people, that Brooke was leaving.
Moving on.
Yeah, she is moving on.
you got
They're
a
like,
better
"What?
opportunity.
Get out of here." There's no better opportunity.
If she did, you would have doubled her salary immediately.
She's not going anywhere. Yeah. So it was also a really great opportunity for me to tell the entire company that Brooke is not going anywhere. So. Anyway, all right, listen, fun episode. I enjoyed it. We got to talk a little bit of fun, a little bit of family, a little bit of whiskey, business, a little bit of friends, family, freedom.
A little bit of conspiracy.
a little conspiracy, a little humor.
Little P. Diddle.
Couple minor technical difficulties, microphones falling off, buzzing in our headphones.
What a day.
fucking monitors
We just
falling
need to go back
over.
to our
Wouldn't
other
that be
studio.
great if the kids came in and were like, April Fools, we fucked with your headphones?
God, I'd be so pissed.
That's a good one, though.
If they like had like a
You would be so proud, though.
I would, but I'd be pissed.
Anger and pride all
But
in one.
that's part of it. Yeah. If you
I was gonna say we were all pissed at you.
if you're pissed off at the end, if you feel like you got,
It's a good one.
it was a good one. So that's the trick.
Unfortunately,
the key is
they didn't do that.
the key is if you want to have a good April Fool's joke, you have to tap into an emotional response. Because when you tap into an emotional enough response, you fucking forget.
But in a lighthearted kind of way. Because I know
No,
people are already going to be like, your fucking grandpa died. April Fools!
Just yeah, right. You have to
Don't do those. But
It's a balance.
Your TVs get stolen out of your house. Like that's good old classic fun right
That's
there.
good. Listen, my mom was. I was about
A
to
lot of
close the
people were-
show, but
I know.
a lot of
were
people.
pissed.
My mom called me because
They were mad at you?
Oh, my mother was
Well,
furious.
it was great then.
Because
She
I
was
was
like, Matthew, you take that video off of the internet.
Oh, because
right now."
oh.
No, she was mad because she thought I'd traumatize my wife and my children forever. Like I robbed our house and let them believe that we got robbed, and they were crying, they were in tears, and I was laughing. And I fucking made a video, and then I made them at the end of the video. Remember, I made them do like, "You had a bad day." I made
Yep.
them fucking say they were the ultimate losers,
Yep.
and my mom. I shamed them. Yeah. I made them do the L's. I shamed them after I beat them in the contest. Cora's next. She's going down.
Father of the year.
God.
Today, Cora put tape over my bottle of water and gave it to me. I was like, "You want a drink?"
Oh, she
And
did?
it had tape on it. Yeah, so
That's hilarious.
she's next. You come play. You mess with fire,
All
girl. You
right,
get
Cora.
burnt.
You want to
going
play
down.
this game?
You want to play this game? You want to play with the best? Anyway, all right. Listen, thank you all for watching and listening. Thank you for your support. We love and appreciate you and blah, 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 all the things. You got anything else to say?
Nope.
You?
Nope.
All right. As always, people, find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose, people. Peace.
Peace.